Okay, so that was a pretty productive hour. Nearly chopped my finger off with the scalpel blade, but apart from that. Right, two things I've done here. These are the face masks, you know, just the face masks that everybody's wearing, left, right and centre. Being an artist, I ordered a really funky one. Shame I can't wear it, quite like it. You know, these are the standard fare that you see in people wearing. So, even this was too thick. Chopped the middle out. It's one layer thick. You can see straight through it. It will be of absolutely no use whatsoever at stopping droplets going out or in, I would not imagine. I can bear to have it over my face for about 5 minutes. So I can still feel my breath, but your breath escapes through it because it is so flimsy. But if that's what they think I need to wear to leave the house, yep, whatever. This one, I cut the lining out of it. Okay, these type, for me personally, they are still too thick. And I started hyperventilating pretty much straight away. So they're not ideal. Go and lie down, you. And then the masks. This is kind of like, you know, the cheap face shields, because that's what the GP said to me, well, wear a face shield then. And I was like, I can't. And he was like, well, it ain't about you. So, you know. So this is a face shield, right? You will feel like you have something over your face. And you will feel your breath coming back right at you, straight into your own face. So, you know, if you've ever been unfortunate to have somebody put their hand over your face or shove your face into a pillow or blah, 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 whatever, which is what triggers off that immediate state of panic, then, you know, they may think that the screens are fine for people with PTSD, but they really actually don't know what they're talking about. So I bought a pink face screen from Wish from China a couple of months ago. It was an absolute piece of crap anyway, because the screen didn't stay on and it was all broken and all the rest of it. But the one difference with this one was that there's this big gap here. This is where it sits on your head. And this is where the screen was fitted. Well, it wasn't fitted, it kept falling off. Far too close, touching the end of my nose. Immediate state of panic, immediate state of hyperventilation. And then I was thinking about the scarves. This would be absolutely perfect, right? But there's nobody in their right mind is going to believe that me wearing these open squares over my face qualifies as a mask, surely. Surely? I mean, I can breathe through that, obviously, because, like, you know, there's absolutely no obstruction, but I'm finding it a bit of a stretch. Also, I hate the fact that if I go anywhere, I don't want the people in the shops to think I'm being disrespectful. I am not. My family work with the public and they are having a horrible time. So if you have been being mean to people in shops and hospitality, shame on you. And then I was thinking about like burqas and hijabs and stuff like that. And I was thinking how they work and how people wear them. And realised that if I could find a way for, not saying that I've never worn a burqa, so that's not what I'm saying. But if I could find a way for me to feel like maybe the air was escaping when I breathe out, so it's not all coming straight back into my own face and making me gasp and panic. So I kind of went with that idea. So, the light's not fab. Can you see what I've done with this one? I figured out where my eyes sit and I cut myself a slit. A letterbox. And actually, it's still very close to your face. There's not a huge gap at the top, but the air escapes out of the eye holey bit, and the feeling of your face being smothered is diminished. It's not completely gone, but is diminished quite a lot. And then I decided to hack up this green thing that I picked up to try and, like I said, I have tried and tried and tried with this, you know. Because it has this foam bit here. And then I was like, okay. So if I add extra foam, that raises the mask out, not only for this gap, this gap here, which gives me a further distance from my face. It's very Heath Robinson's at the minute. It's held together with these things, which is fine, but as you'll see with all masks and screens, they dip backwards, so they actually come back in towards your chin, and it isn't about adjusting this head bar here. Trust me, I've tried. So then I wondered about if I made the eye hole, so I have my letterboxy bit here, and actually this is probably the most bearable thing. So when I have to go and have my blood tests next week, because they're not going to let me in without one, this is probably what I'm going to wear. If you were really desperate and you were very traumatized and, you know, this isn't... The one suggestion I could offer up to somebody is do this, chop this screen off, get one of these and stick that clear band onto there, and you will give yourself even more space, okay? This... Some enterprising buffoon obviously thought he would cash in on it early on. Don't waste your time and money, guys. It's an absolute piece of junk. It's a child's cap for a start off. The screen doesn't come down properly. It's floppy. It hangs and smacks you in the face. You know. So I would say, try giving yourself an eye hole, right? You may feel that, you know, your breath is escaping up as well as down to the sides, and it's less of the second you think that you can't breathe, you know. This isn't a perfect solution, people, but try. If you're like me and you have bought so many of these damn things, try, find out what your panic point is, and there's going to be a lot of you where it's just it's not an option. I know that, okay? But for me, I think I found a way around it enough to be able to go, allowed to go into a doctor's surgery. Anybody that tells you your doctors can give you a thing if you've got PTSD because of harm, violence, abuse, whatever it is. Yeah, it's a nice principle. Tell me if your GP agrees with you, because that's not quite how it works. But don't despair, okay? There are ways. Just keep trying, right? Find out what it is that sends you into the panic, that makes you immediately lock down, either stop breathing or start hyperventilating, sweating, whatever it is that happens to each individual. Okay, experiment, see. And you know what? If people are really, because, you know, I have the badge and the sunflower thing, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. It just seems to make people want to get even closer to me to make some kind of point. Get yourself something like this and wear this and stuff them, okay? Because quite frankly, most of us that can't deal with this have some kind of horrendous abuse in our background, and we do not need the abuse of a load of bloody mask Nazis right now. It is not helpful. So put this over it and tell them to go do one. You know, and anybody who watches this video who thinks it would be really funny to send me hate messages or tell me how inefficient they are or how they don't work and all the rest of it, I know. It doesn't matter what you say to me, it's just words. I've had enough physical bad stuff in my life. Your words will roll off me, but please do me the favour and don't. You know, please don't. Please try to understand that some people are having a real problem with the masks, and we don't want to just not wear a mask because we feel bad and we feel guilty and we feel horrible and we're worried that maybe we're going to give it to somebody, even though the odds are most of us have barely left the house. You know, so don't be mean, because we need to get through this by being nice to people and supporting people. And it strikes me that there's a lot of hate out there right now. There's hate for people that can't wear a mask, and if you're one of the people that won't wear a mask because you don't want to, because it's your rights, you count yourself lucky that you could wear one and put a damn mask on, because you're doing the rest of us a disservice. You know, and if you're one of those people that's shouting at the people in the pubs or in the shops who doesn't want to disinfect their hands or put a mask on or put gloves on, go home and stay in your house. You're horrible and you're mean and you're making people that I love miserable, and there is no excuse for that. There is no excuse on this earth. In fact, right now, we should all be being extra nice to people. And if you are somebody struggling with a mask, I feel you and you're not on your own. I hope this stupid video helps. I really do.